It seems like Diddy is pulling out all the stops to keep his shady secrets under wraps. Word on the street is that Diddy and Kevin Hart are no longer on good terms, to put it mildly. This is a shocker, considering they've been tight for 2 decades and seemed unshakable. Kevin is just the latest celebrity to cut Diddy off after federal prosecutors came knocking, trying to get him to snitch on Diddy in front of a grand jury. Now, rumor has it that Diddy is allegedly using a compromising tape to keep Kevin in line, threatening him to stay quiet or face the consequences. As if that's not bad enough, the streets are now saying that Kevin's wife, Eniko, is also making plans to file for divorce if Diddy ever leaks the freak-off video or if the feds come for Kevin. Kevin might be in a hot mess right now, and there might not be an escape. Did Kevin really help Diddy sexually assault younger men? And did he really have an affair with Diddy? Let's break it down. It looks like Diddy isn't the only one caught up in this wild mess. Some of his closest pals and partners are getting pulled in too. The feds are hitting Diddy and his crew with RICO charges, sending shockwaves through everyone connected to him. RICO charges are no joke and have everyone in panic mode. Since the news broke about these upcoming charges, fans have turned into detectives, tossing out names left and right, trying to guess who might be the next one after Diddy. Many names have been tossed around, and one thing has become clear: Diddy is not going down alone. If there's one person who seems to be going down harder with Diddy than everybody else, it looks like it's Kevin Hart. There are multiple videos of him at some of Diddy's parties that just surfaced, and let me tell you, it's worse than you can imagine. Not only was Kevin a guest at these parties, but the new videos reveal that he also helped Diddy plan and host them.
Hey yo, Kevin, come here, no homo. We're gonna have a contest. You know, we're gonna have a contest, we're gonna get our breath first, because your breath is stinking sometimes. And we're gonna go back and forth. Uh-oh.
You know, first of all, make sure my mic is on. Before I begin into trashing Diddy, you know, I'm going to acknowledge him on a special day. I bought the album, you know what I'm saying?
You bought
I didn't ask you for nothing.
No, you didn't.
I didn't ask you for nothing for
Yes, yes.
I downloaded it. I didn't go to the store because I'm lazy.
At one point, Diddy's son Justin was at these parties, even though he was a child at the time.
Hold on, where my son at?
The light-skinned dude with the good hair. That's just shouts out to little Diddy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Diddy's sons who look nothing like him. It's still in question. We don't really know what's going on. Oh, come on, man. Come on, dude. Nobody want to see that shit. Come on, man. See, that's what I like. See, because as sons, people understand, man. You know, yeah, you guys may have a different life, but at the same time,
Give it up for my...
Justin didn't seem old enough to be at such a wild party, but there he was. No surprise, he got mixed up in Little Rod's lawsuit, being accused of recruiting for his dad. And Diddy really had him wrapped up in all sorts of madness from a young age. Speaking of the party, it seems like it was absolutely off the charts. There were women everywhere, lounging in the bathtub, engaging in all sorts of bizarre antics. It really makes you wonder what exactly they were up to.
Check. I got it. Hey, what's going on? It's official. We're here. Dirty Money album release party last straight to Paris. It's crazy. I decided to switch scenes. Got too hectic down there. I'm up here in the hot tub, doing it official. You know what I'm saying? Trey's up here, my nigga Fab's up here. You know, when you have a scene like this, you gotta bring balls to it. As you see, it's female friendly. We got a ladies and female. She's butt ball. That's what I call it. Wrong with all. I might jump in the tub myself. You know, once everybody moves out. You know, just me and the nigga. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. You know, doing what I do best. Oh! Did the camera catch that? Got the camera! Got the camera!
The whole scene was wild. There are rumors that Kevin and Diddy allegedly had some kind of interaction earlier that night. The rumor started when Kevin and the camera crew went into the bedroom where Diddy was, and out of nowhere, Diddy started making no homo jokes and telling Kevin to stay away from his bed. This behavior was very odd and suspicious because they had been hanging out together the whole night.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in bed. You know, shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if you can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, like, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all.
Apart from allegedly being involved with Diddy, there are also allegations that Kevin helped Diddy hide some of his illegal activities, such as Diddy's alleged sexual assault of Usher when Usher was younger. There have been reports for years that Diddy allegedly did things to Usher, and fans have noticed that Diddy somehow becomes more comfortable around Kevin and always reveals secrets whenever he's with him. For instance, there was a time when Diddy revealed that he and Usher started sharing a bed when Usher was just 10 years old.
Usher looked like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, damn, pause, like, I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying, but it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's gonna really start in the world.
Yo, what the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen.
Even Kevin noticed how sketchy Diddy's comments were, and Diddy seemed to realize he was saying too much. He quickly grabbed Kevin's neck to shut down the conversation, aware that he was starting to incriminate himself. In another clip, Diddy claimed he used to bend Usher over the counter. Seriously, what are you even saying? The names of the men he slept with and the diseases allegedly given to Usher have been mentioned, along with arguments that took place between Diddy and Usher's mom, Mary J. Blige, being pregnant by Diddy, and more.
It had the names of the men he slept with, a disease, allegedly Diddy giving Usher a disease, the argument that took place between Diddy and Usher's mom, Mary J. Blige being pregnant by Diddy. It says that she had an AB.
It only makes sense why there are rumors that the feds are trying to get Kevin to snitch on Diddy. According to an insider, Diddy has supposedly been blackmailing Kevin. Apparently, there's a tape that not only shows Kevin at Diddy's parties, but also captures him in some less than legal activities, if you understand my meaning. Word is, Diddy has been using this to keep Kevin in check and prevent him from spilling the tea to the grand jury. In case you missed it, CNN recently reported that federal investigators are preparing to bring accusers of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs before a federal grand jury, signaling the U.S. Justice Department is moving toward potentially seeking an indictment of Combs. Possible witnesses have been notified by investigators that they could be brought in to testify in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. This marks a significant escalation in the government's ongoing investigation involving the producer and Bad Boy Records founder. This isn't Kevin Hart's first brush with a compromising tape. A few years back, he was caught on camera with another woman and faced blackmail because of it. He took the case to the FBI, and his friend JT Jackson was accused of being the mystery blackmailer. However, JT was later cleared of any wrongdoing, and this issue quieted down until now. Recently, JT Jackson filed a lawsuit against Kevin for breach of contract related to Kevin's scandal involving that compromising tape. According to JT, he and Kevin had an agreement that Kevin would exonerate him with a statement, but Kevin hasn't done it yet, even after more than 3 years. JT's lawsuit claims that the wording of Hart's statement, meticulously negotiated and detailed in contract, was crucial to repairing and remediating the severe damage inflicted upon the plaintiff's reputation by the baseless extortion allegations that Hart aggressively promoted and publicized. Jackson is suing for breach of contract, fraud, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, seeking at least $12 million in damages. This is not the only reason Kevin is having a hard time with Diddy's alleged blackmail tape. It's allegedly going to prove that he cheated on his wife Eniko, and he can't have it. In addition to Kevin getting implicated by the tape and getting into trouble with the feds, it could also spell the end of his marriage to Eniko. Reports suggest that his marriage is already hanging by a thread, because of his constant infidelity over the years. Even back in his first marriage with Tori Hart, Kevin couldn't seem to keep things straight and narrow. He allegedly stepped out with multiple women, some even whispering about simultaneous flings. One of those alleged flings was rumored to be Eniko, though she's always denied it. Her story didn't exactly convince everyone, as she did the whole just friends routine. Kevin and Eniko have been notably secretive about the exact start of their relationship, which has aroused suspicion. Kevin inadvertently disclosed that they had been together for 5 years before he proposed in 2014, indicating they started dating in 2009. This timeline is controversial since Kevin filed for divorce from Torre in 2010, suggesting there was some overlap. This overlap fuels skepticism about Eniko's claim that she wasn't involved with Kevin while he was still married. Fans speculate she might have been more than just a friend on the side before becoming his wife. Kevin's history of infidelity has repeatedly made headlines, including an incident where he was caught cheating on Eniko while she was pregnant with their first child. Kevin's friend JT tried to blackmail him over this affair, but ultimately, someone sent Eniko a video that exposed the entire scandal. In an interview, Eniko recounted discovering the affair. "How I found out was a DM. I don't know who it was. They sent me an edited video of Kevin and another woman. I was pregnant at the time, about 7 or 8 months pregnant. I was having breakfast, opened my phone, and immediately lost it." Eniko also described the humiliation she felt. "I called him, crying, pissed right then and there. I kept saying, 'How the f did you let that happen? You publicly humiliated me. Everything's on Instagram, everything's on social media.' It was an ongoing fight all the time, every single day." Kevin revealed he had been blackmailed for $10 million over his infidelity, stating, "I'm also not going to allow a person to have financial gain off of my mistakes." In this particular situation, that was what was attempted. "I'd rather fess up to my mistakes." Despite the scandal, speculation about whether Eniko would leave him ended with her decision to stay by his side. A source revealed, Eniko is aware of what's going on and understands that Kevin is not perfect. She has accepted his apology and is focused on her pregnancy and the future. She has no plans for divorce. She believes Kevin is a good husband and always comes home to her. The biggest issue she is struggling with is the massive amount of media coverage the scandal has gained. She is bothered that these stories find their way into the press and that people are asking her about it, but she does her best to ignore it all and move forward. She listens to her husband and is not going to get stressed out. She is supporting him and standing beside him. Kevin also discussed the difficulty of coming clean to her, stating, "That conversation. There is no easy way to have that conversation. The worst part was just knowing how you made somebody feel. There's a major effect it could have on the people that you are closest to, who you love the most. When I got to see that firsthand with Eniko, when I got to see the effect my reckless behavior had, it was crushing. That tore me up. That really tore me up." Kevin talked about the effort they had to put into saving their marriage and fixing things between them, saying, "She came to an amazing conclusion of, I like the fact that we have a family, that we have a household, and I like the fact that we now got a job to do to get better. That's what you owe me. You owe me to get better." She held me accountable. It wasn't a walk in the park, but it was her understanding that we don't let the outside world affect our inside. I credit her for setting that tone. Kevin is desperate for Diddy not to leak the footage of the both of them because Eniko will not forgive him again, especially since his former assistant exposed him to Tasha K a couple of months ago for cheating and allegedly getting another woman pregnant. These Hollywood men never know how to keep it in their pants. The drama unfolded when Tasha aired an interview featuring Kevin Hart's former assistant, Misha Shakes, who had some serious dirt to dish on Kevin. According to Tasha, Misha reached out claiming she had a juicy story about Kevin, and she spilled the tea. Maisha's bombshell alleged that Kevin had been stepping out on his wife Eniko with multiple women, and there was even talk that he might have gotten one of them pregnant.
She was like, the whole Oscar thing, Kevin needs to stay in college, he's about to lose Nike.
The first scandal was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals,
It's another one in the office.
she's pregnant again.
Correct. With her second.
And he's still leaving semen stains all over the top. And the
Yes.
heartbeat.
Correct.
Maisha also claimed that she tried to warn Eniko about Kevin cheating on her with the flight attendant on his private jet, but Eniko dismissed her concerns.
Oh, Aniko, like, Kevin is cheating on you with the girl named Mixed Morgan. She's his flight attendant, she's on his planes.
Does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
His game is poker.
Tasha hinted that there was more to come from Maisha's revelations about Kevin. But before we could blink, Kevin slapped her with a lawsuit accusing her of extortion. It appears that someone from Tasha's camp allegedly contacted Kevin, claiming to possess damaging information and demanding $250,000 to keep it secret. They threatened to air the interview, which would embarrass Kevin. Reports indicate that at that time, Eniko was fed up with Kevin and was considering ending their relationship. Compounding the issue, there were reports that they did not have a strong prenuptial agreement. If Eniko decides to leave Kevin, he risks losing a significant portion of his assets, as she could claim half of everything and seek substantial child support. Kevin retaliated forcefully against Tasha K by filing a lawsuit. Reports suggest that Hart claims an unidentified affiliate of KBY contacted him in November, stating that a damaging interview would be published unless he paid a $250,000 ransom. Hart refused to comply, instead involving law enforcement and sending a cease and desist letter to KBY. The complaint states that Hart's lawyers warned Tasha K in the letter that any damages resulting from her alleged misconduct would not be dischargeable in bankruptcy. The cease and desist letter clearly outlined the potential consequences if Tasha continued her actions. You have already engaged in criminal conduct and tortious acts that would entitle Mr. Hart to monetary damages against you should he elect to commence civil litigation regarding this matter. If you do not cease and desist now, your liability for such monetary damages will increase, as will your exposure to criminal penalties. Despite the warning, Tasha K ignored it and released a teaser promising more revelations. She wrote, "Kevin Hart's personal assistant of years stopped by the wine cellar to spill all the wine on Kevin Hart's empire, from alleged work flings to serious gambling problems and much more. The interview that Kevin Hart will wish never came out." Kevin Hart and his legal team interpreted this as a threat and served her with legal papers. Reports indicate that the lawsuit accuses Tasha K of leading a scheme to extort $250,000 from Hart by threatening to publish an interview with his former personal assistant, Maisha Shakes. The complaint alleges that Shakes made false statements during the interview, including accusations that Hart faced criminal charges over recording an intimate encounter. Kevin has also filed a lawsuit against his assistant, accusing them of defamation, extortion, invasion of privacy, and breach of contract. Tasha, meanwhile, is facing allegations of extortion, invasion of privacy, and intentional interference with contractual relations. The entire situation turned into a chaotic mess, nearly causing his marriage to Eniko to fall apart. However, Kevin managed to talk his way out of it once again. Now, the situation with Diddy suggests Kevin might be in trouble again. If Diddy indeed possesses a tape of Kevin and the alleged encounters he claims, it could not only prove Kevin cheated on Eniko again, but also that he cheated with a man. Insiders claim Kevin is in a state of panic. Eniko might file for divorce and claim half of his assets, and Kevin could face federal charges if it's proven he conspired with Diddy. Additionally, his social reputation would take a significant hit if it's revealed he knew about Diddy's misconduct and did nothing to stop it. Fans have been commenting on the situation, with one saying, Diddy sounds like he really tries to control people. So many sound like victims. Hope everyone comes out and tells their truths to put a stop to these vile deeds. Another comment reads, Diddy is a pig and should be in jail. This is nuts. People in the industry knew about the abuse and said nothing. Would you say they were compliant? Kevin Hart cannot even claim ignorance about Diddy. His sudden rise to fame had many doubting his comedic talent was enough to warrant such demand. Another comment reads, Kevin Hart is really a dirty little bee, but I can't feel bad for Eniko. You lose him how you get him. That's her karma for messing with a married man. Eniko took him back 2 to 3 times already, and Kevin Hart won't stop cheating. Anyone who went to Diddy's parties gets bored easily, and he cheated on wife number 1 with her. So I don't feel bad for her. This situation is absolutely wild and messy. Do you think Eniko really cares more about the cheating or the embarrassment? Will she leave Kevin, or is she just bluffing? And what about Diddy? Do you think he has some dirt that he's been holding over Kevin Hart? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then check out this next video.